Welcome. You are at the CCC,
where there are no outside issues with Bonnie Violet. Hi, I'm Bonnie Violet. She, her, and I am a trans femme, genderqueer, spiritual drag artist, identity doula, digital chaplain, person living with HIV in recovery, whose drug of choice was alcohol, meth, and ecstasy.
Yay.
And I'm Lulu, and I am a single Black gay Virgo man living in the DuBois Triangle of San Francisco, exploring my hand side. I'm a retailer by day, a drag queen by weekend for fundraisers specifically, self-proclaimed funny and spiritual and in recovery for alcohol and crystal meth, and I'm always in search of balance.
Hey, very nice. My name is Anthony. I'm an addict and an alcoholic, a 6-year doctoral student in clinical psych. I overthink things. I have a cat I really love, and I care about you.
Sweet. And each week we will provide and create a brave space where we engage in conversations about topics of recovery.
But before we do that, is that
our intention?
No.
And our intention is to explore. Our intention is to provide and explore spaces. I'm sorry. Our intention is to hold and inspire better spaces for people in recovery.
But before we do that, please like, subscribe, comment, share this with everyone you like, you dislike.
Right? Ding that bell.
Exactly.
Ding,
right
ding.
on. Wow.
So we're doing it.
We're here.
We are doing it. Hey,
here.
welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone. And we missed you all.
I know. And you know what's really amazing? We're all in the same room.
I know, right? When was the last time that? I don't think that ever happened, actually.
No.
This is our first time.
I mean, we've been in the same room before the podcast, but it's all good.
Right?
Yeah. So
Not for the show.
Not for the show. I didn't mean to scream into the mic.
No. And
So,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to tell people about the great things that we've been up to. And so we have a lot of things coming down the pike. Castro Country Club is revamping its website. We're developing materials for you. We have a new structure for the podcast. Anything else? Oh, we're thinking through merch. That's also coming down the pike.
Nice.
Yeah.
So tell us what you want.
Yeah, tell us what you want.
I know exactly
What you really, really want.
Exactly.
Oh, did I say? Okay, the structure. I'll tell you a little bit about like what we're thinking through for the week. So we're going to be looking for topics or stories from y'all that you would want us to comment on. We'll be having guests throughout the year on a variety of topics. And again, if you have any topics you want us to cover, let us know.
Please do. Speak pipe.
Hi, Mike.
I know, Mike. Nice to see
you. So nice to see you. Well, we're not seeing you, but you
Hey,
are
Mike.
seeing us.
Hey, Mike. Yes. And so the other thing that we're doing today, what we're doing is 20 questions. So
Why 20?
Why 20?
Why 20 questions?
I don't know. It was your idea.
It wasn't my idea. It's kind of, huh?
Yeah, it was.
No, well, we were just trying to find a way. We thought, for our first episode of the season, it might be a good opportunity for us to, I guess, share a little bit more about ourselves in kind of a quick way. I think especially since you're one of the newer hosts as well. I don't think we spent some time really talking about that, or
We'd have a special show inviting you to the podcast.
Right. We're just like, here you go.
Yeah. And if you have ideas for a backdrop that you want us to have, let us know if you have backdrop ideas.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. I mean, it's like, I think again, this season will probably be about change.
Yeah. Pollo came in earlier, and I think I don't know.
Pollo Del Mar.
Yeah, Pollo Del Mar.
Local drag queen
extraordinaire
personality.
Wrestler. I think she might be even.
She's a wrestler.
And a wrestler.
Yes.
She does many things. Anyway, she was so nice, and she put up a thing for us. It was like a glittery background, and it was vetoed.
It was vetoed because it looked like we were drag queens, like calling bingo numbers.
It wasn't quite our vibe.
Yeah, exactly. I think
it would have been great for drag bingo. I think
exactly.
It would have. So should we start with the questions?
Absolutely. Let's dive in.
We could, totally.
Or what? What was?
I was thinking we could just, we could do that.
Okay, I'll ask.
Well, okay, so it's been a while.
Right.
It's been a while. It's like, is there anything that stood out for any of you, like while we were away? Because I feel like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that could be a whole nother show.
Well, yeah, I'm like, shit. So all the things that, for me, what I realize is like old habits die hard, right? Like I just overthought everything. Like every
You
single.
overthought that statement.
Yeah, I even overthought that. I'm like,
about
I
what I'm
just
saying.
overthink so much. I was like so preoccupied with what y'all would think about us and the decisions we made. I just got so consumed that like I made little to no strides. I mean, I did some stuff. I did stuff. See, I'm doing it right now. The point is that old habits die really hard because I just overthought everything and I just like I made myself super anxious. So that's the one thing that stands out. And also, we work really well together.
Yeah, we do.
I think so.
We work
Absolutely.
really well together.
Too
How
bad-
about you?
It's unfortunate we can't all be together all the time. But that's
Always,
the
I
thing.
know.
Yeah, exactly.
Or we'll be this weekend, next week at least.
Yeah, so it's good. It's good.
Yes.
I don't know. It's like honestly, it just took time to rest and reflect and get ready myself for like what was forward. Because I know that we, the beautiful thing about this is that every week we've been inviting growth in. And a big part of growth is some of the steps that we've taken to kind of expand and bring what we have to other folks. And so, yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. And since the last show I was in Idaho, actually missed the show because I was not well. All of a sudden I was just like unable to get off the floor. So I was like talking in the comments. But since then I was able to get to Chicago. I spent a month in Chicago where it was really cold.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be back in the Bay. I've been here a couple of weeks and was originally just going to be here 2 weeks, but I'm going to stay 2 weeks longer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great to have you in the city. So are we transitioning to the questions?
Absolutely.
Okay. Bunny, do you want to go first? Do you want to?
That's the first question.
Well, it is now.
When is your birthday?
My birthday?
Uh-huh.
September 1st.
All right. What
So I'm a
sign are
Virgo.
you? Virgo?
Yeah,
I knew
super
that.
Virgo. So September 1st, Gloria Stefan
Mhm.
is also September 1st. And I think World War II started. It's on September 1st.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's pleasant.
How about you guys?
I'm August 28th.
You're also a Virgo.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo. I'm a
Yeah,
Virgo
yeah,
as
Two
well.
Virgos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
Pisces.
Uh-huh.
You're a Pisces?
Yeah, my birthday is February 28th. So it's in just a few days.
Okay, so you want to hear something about Pisces?
Sure.
Pisces and Geminis drive me fucking nuts.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
They
That's
drive me
been
fucking-
our experience, right?
I always thought the relationship between Virgo and Gemini is that Virgos obviously think Geminis are insufferable, and Geminis don't care. Whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
think what you want.
Man,
Right.
I've had horrible experiences with Geminis.
Hmm.
Not to stigmatize Geminis out there. I'm sure there are a
Right.
lot of
Yes,
great Geminis.
exactly.
I've just never met one.
Wow.
I've just never met
Wow.
one.
All right, so I'm not texting. I'm looking up our questions.
Right.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Next question. What is your favorite animal?
Oh, wow. You know what? I don't know that I have a favorite animal. I like dogs. I like dogs for like the thing that I find most cool is like when someone has a dog and the dog is looking up with love to them or whatever. I like that, but I also don't like the neediness. I think that I like cats more in the sense that they have a fierce sense of independence, even though they don't. So I don't know between a cat or a
I
dog.
was like, I'm sure there's something in that, right?
About not like
I'm just playing.
your turn.
My turn. I was just like a seahorse. Seahorses are my thing.
Really?
Yeah, like when I was a kid, I was really drawn to them.
Uh-huh.
And
Is a seahorse an animal?
it's
What would it be if
What
it
else
wasn't
is
an
it?
animal?
Well, no, I mean it's like, but it's called a
I have
seahorse, but is it like
I have
maybe?
a stuffed animal,
Okay,
seahorse.
okay,
So it's an
okay.
animal.
Okay, good.
And
Okay.
it's a stuffed animal.
Wait, is
Maybe.
your argument that you have a stuffed animal and so therefore it is an
It's an
animal?
animal.
Got
Yes.
it. Got it.
What about you?
My favorite animal?
Uh-huh.
Well, my favorite animal is my cat, but that's not like my favorite animal.
Uh-oh, don't. Is your cat listening?
He is one of the producers of the show. But so I love my cat. So there's my cat, but I think my favorite animal, an owl. I really like owls. I was actually listening to an audiobook about owls.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, owls are so interesting. They're quite beautiful. Okay, next question.
The next
You wanna-
question is it's kind of two questions or whatever. So, what do you do for a living? And if
Oh,
you
man.
don't do it for a living, are you in school?
All right.
Either way.
Go ahead,
like-
Anthony.
Oh, sure, man. What do I do for a living? So, like I said earlier, I'm a 6-year doctoral student, so I'm in graduate school, but I also do work. So I consult for the state of California, and then I also do psychological assessment at Mind Matters, which is a psych assessment practice in San Francisco.
Nice. And for me, like, define living. No, no. I mean, a big part of my life, I think, is working as a queer chaplain and kind of developing ministry around that, kind of like the identity dualship and that sort of thing. So I think that gives me life. So I feel like it's not like money in my pocket, but it is very life giving. And so I would say it's what I do for a living.
Absolutely. You know, and I so I've talked about it before. I've kind of alluded to, but I work in the Castro at this lovely place. If you've ever visited the Castro, called Cliff's Variety, and it's kind of a variety store. It has a little bit of everything. Most people think it's a hardware store. I'm an assistant manager there, and so basically, I always joke and say that means I do everything.
Right.
But that was where I landed after I worked nonprofit. What I'd like to do, and eventually go back to school, is human resources management, because for some reason
You'd be good for that.
everything that I've done is like, I mean, my name should be Brenda #1, but
Brenda #1,
every job
or-
that I've had, I've always moved in that direction, because like I believe that when you can show somebody how to do, and this is an aspect of human resources that I've, but when you can train or show someone else how to do what you do, I mean, you really know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's like there are some folks who are just really skilled at what they do, but they don't have the patience to kind of show it. And then also, I'm the Virgo in me. I really like to organize, and I will shuffle papers all day, and reprimand you.
Yeah. You look the type.
I don't mind playing back up.
And just to kind of get off, we do have a question from from Mike Shriver. He says, "How has your recovery changed your vision of yourself and your future?"
God damn,
Big
Mike.
question. We went from like favorite animal.
Yeah, we went
I
from
know.
color to
We were
bare your soul.
I know we were all like, let's tiptoe. Let's dip our toe in the water. The mic.
Who wants to answer that first?
I don't know. It's like
Crickets.
go ahead.
Well, you,
Yeah. I mean, so I think for me, you know, I think one of the things that's been really big about recovery is that we're only as sick as our secrets. And I also feel like I was talking with someone about this at lunch, is that like a lot of the, like my transitioning and me living into being Bonnie Violet is a direct result because I'm sober and because I have God in my life and because I want to continue to stay sober, I have to continue to like seek my truth and live into my truth and to explore more and to stay out of pain and to heal myself. And because when I get in pain or when I get hurt, that's when I want to drink or use. And so I think for me, you know, I never saw myself as a trans, like I never saw that I would be a trans person. I never thought that I would be like in the ministry. I never thought, a lot of things, you know? So I would say that my recovery has changed everything I've thought about myself, and my future is like, who fucking knows?
Yeah.
And that's like really exciting for me, because I was always somebody who knew what she wanted, made it happen, then usually felt like it wasn't quite what I was looking for, right? And in recovery, I've gotten better at that with the help of God and people, you know, in my life. I've been able to get a little bit more closer to the results that I'm actually seeking.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you all?
So nice. So if I could summarize it in a sentence, I think one of the biggest things that's happened for me is I realized I have to burp.
That's because you guys.
No, I shouldn't be drinking soda while we're like live. What I realized, what's that about?
That was shade.
Yeah, that was shade. So I want folks to know who are listening that Lulu felt the need to raise his water to show that I'm drinking soda.
Someone gave me that bit of advice, and so I've been holding on to it.
What, to drink water?
Drink water. Don't drink carbonated. Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you shared that with everyone.
I'm drinking a soda with you too.
During my recovery.
I really want, no, this is the gift of recovery and loving and letting you have your experiences. I want you to learn. I want you to have your experience so that you know better next time.
You're a dick. That's who you are. But back to Mike's question. So what I realized is that I had essentially been a chameleon my entire life, that I was putting on all these different personalities for the people around me, and I didn't know who I was. And so I've been in the program for about 10 years now. I should say recovery. I've been in recovery now for 10 years, 3.5 with continuous sobriety. And it was only recently that I feel like I've finally started to do the things that I like, and I'm able to identify the things that I like, from how I want to be loved to the things that are fun to me to the people I want to be around. And the other thing that I've gotten that has changed is like, I also know what I don't want to be around and what like is intolerable. You know, my tolerance for pain has definitely decreased as far as voluntary emotional pain has decreased for sure. Lulu, your turn.
Well, I think what's fair to say is, as a result of my recovery, my world has opened up in a way that I just didn't expect. And also, there's this quote. It's like, happiness is the journey, not the destination. I didn't understand or appreciate that before. I think that one of the things we talk about in recovery is like so I can't judge my insides by anyone else's outsides. And I think I spent a lot of my life, especially as I got older, looking at how other people were showing up in the world and judging it, judging my life based on that, and forgetting that my journey is my journey and my successes are my successes. And I've been able to change what I see as success and and my value structure. Like this, I value some of the same things, but I've changed how I place value on the things in my life. Like I realized that, being the age that I am, it's like I definitely want to go back to school. There was a time where I'm thinking, oh no, I reached this age and I'm done. And that's not the case. The key for me is like, now I understand it is not that I do it at this time, this prescribed time. It's that I do it so that I don't have any regrets in my life. And I think that is definitely as a result of the work that I've done, and the work that I continue to do.
Yeah. It's your question, Anthony.
My question. Well, Mike, I just want you to know that that's what you took this conversation to this really soft, tender place that I wasn't ready for. Thank you, Mike.
I know. And if there are any other questions,
other questions,
by all means.
Please, by all means. Okay, if you could travel anywhere in the world, I'm so excited about this question. Where would you go?
Is that for me?
Well, it's for all of us.
I know. It's like
for you.
You know what? Well, I just got back from New York, and so I have not been doing a lot of traveling. Local traveling. But in my mind, my next trip is out of the country, and the only place that I want to go right now is like Paris.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I want to go to a bunch of other places, but it's like I'm not thinking I want to go to Europe. And that's right now. That's in this moment. I want to go to Africa. I want to go to other places, but in this moment, like if I had to plan a trip right now, I would go to Paris.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Did anyone else think of the Little Mermaid when he said that? I want to go.
No, I want
to be where the people are.
I want to go. I want to see them dancing,
walking
around on those. What do you call them? Feet. Go ahead.
Up where they run.
For me, there's a lot, what first came to mind is Brazil. I've always wanted to kind of visit Brazil. So I think that's a place I would go. And then like, there's some idea, like I'd love to go like where the dead are.
What do you mean?
Like where, like, I don't know, like
where there's history,
like
where there's
this, wherever spirits go.
Yeah.
Oh,
wherever the dead are.
Yeah.
Like in more of a psychic, like kind of cool way, not like like go see my grandpa and like my grandma and that sort of thing.
That's very Pisces of you. Pisces tend to be very psychic.
She took it to a place
Virgos.
like, wow. No, but she took it to a place like, it's not where I want to go. It's how I want to. It's when I want to go. It's like I'm all, yeah.
Okay.
Were you done?
Go ahead, Virgo.
Okay. So I really want to go to Antarctica. So I've been looking at tickets to go there, and it's crazy expensive.
Okay.
Like the cheapest I found was like 25 grand.
You're going to explain this to us.
Why Antarctica?
Grand?
Yeah.
25. Yeah. Like the average trips are like 25, 35 grand.
Why is everybody going there now?
Well, it's just no one's going there.
Okay.
It's just like the conditions are so obviously not like favorable. You have to go on like a very like you have to go with people who are trained to go there.
So why do you want to go there?
So I'm obsessed with this idea. So I love post-apocalyptic movies, but I'm obsessed with this idea of seeing a part of the world that hasn't been touched, right? Like I think we can, in the history of Antarctica, I think we can, there maybe have been 50 people who have ever inhabited the non-country. You know what I mean? So, well, it's like owned by a bunch of different people. Different countries. Anyway, the point is that I would love to, I want to see like land that hasn't been touched, and I want to be in a place where there's fucking nothing. You know, there aren't any buildings. It's just like you penguins.
I don't think we can travel
That's
together.
not a cable.
What?
I love you, but I don't think we can because I like to see things touched,
Yeah.
excavated,
Right.
built upon.
Yeah, I mean, I like those things too. You
Yeah.
know, like I want to go to India, but like, right, I've been obsessed. So I was like looking at tickets yesterday, and like the closest thing I could find was a trip from Australia that goes around the Arctic Circle. Like that's as close, but even those are like really expensive.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
10
yeah.
grand or something like that.
Wow. Well, you're going to be making that coin soon.
Yeah.
What's not happening right now?
Yeah, but you'll be too busy. That's the
Add it
problem.
to your bucket list,
Yeah.
right? It can happen if you stay sober, right?
Yeah.
What was your favorite school subject?
Science.
Science?
Yeah. I've always been really good at science, like physics and shit like that.
Gosh, favorite class. Like I think my favorite class would have to be just like my favorite teacher, because anything she taught was amazing. And Miss Peterson taught like social studies and history and even like law. And it was really just her teaching style and everything that made it really, really great. I don't know that I had really like a favorite thing. I did get awarded for like a government student award. It was called the Tricky Dick Award. I don't even know why I brought this up all of a sudden, but it was like a
Tricky Dick.
Yeah, they give it like the government class gave it away for like I don't know, like a political
like debate or something?
award.
Yeah.
You know, it was like the award I got at the end of the year.
Tricky
the
Dick?
Tricky Dick Award. I know.
But what Tricky Dick? Go ahead.
Well,
How do you
I didn't
follow
win a
that?
Tricky Dick Award, but it's like I agree with you. It's like I think, and it wasn't, and especially in high school, it wasn't or in school. I was thinking more in high school. It's like if the instructor was amazing, or like, and even in college, like if the instructor was amazing, like U.S. history. I actually like had an astronomy class that was amazing. I had a biology. So it depended on. To me, it depends on the instructor, because I think that when you feel connected, when you feel like when you go into a class and you feel oh yeah, this instructor is really bringing me into this and making me feel like it's a possibility. Because the worst is when you just are not connected, when you're in a class and you just don't know what's going on. And some of that is my doing, because I remember having this typing class when I got to high school, and I was late every morning, so I didn't go. And the only reason why I passed the class is because my sister worked in the attendance office.
Oh,
yeah.
I have a question for both of you, just like follow up based on what you both just said. Is it fair to say that y'all are motivated by relationships as opposed to like task?
Wouldn't it be both?
I don't know.
Well, because you both said that you were that there was such like when the teachers were there that you were like motivated.
Well, I know that's interesting that we say that, but I feel like a big part of like my growing up was like perfect attendance, get the honors, get the Tricky Dick Award, you know, honor society, you know,
we should have
body.
our own Tricky Dick Award.
So I feel like there was a lot of like wanting to like get all those like accolades or whatever.
Would it maybe be that like, okay, so if I'm introduced to something, and I don't have the experience in it, if I have someone who is guiding me, treating me, getting me there, then I'm excited about it. But beyond that, I mean, if once I understand and know it, then it shifts, it changes, and it becomes a more task, like, you know. So you know what I'm saying? It's like,
I do.
Yeah. So it's like if I don't know about it, because it's like I need. It's kind of like with recovery. It's like until I understand about it, we come in thinking, oh God, I'm not going to have fun. I'm not going to be able to do this or whatever. Until you and you have a guide or someone who say, hey, this is what it really is, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, when I was in school, I really studied, like, I was really into like architecture and like drawing how, like,
Y'all had architecture?
no,
in
we
school?
didn't. That's what I
Oh.
want to say. Like, anything cool or stuff that I was really interested in was not something I could get at school.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Do we want to move to the next question?
yes, is that
Do
my
we?
turn?
I think so.
Do you have a small or a big family?
Oh,
Yes.
That's what it says.
oh, don't they say it? Like, does that depend on how you use it? No.
I said, do you have a small or a big family
So
member?
if we're talking about blood family, I have one brother and a mother and a father who are still married and together now 44 years.
Don't throw that in our face.
I'm not throwing it in your face. It's just the fact,
at all.
right? And then my brother has 6 nephews,
Uh-huh.
and my dad had like 4 siblings, and my mom had 4 siblings.
Mm.
So I have a gazillion like cousins and that sort of stuff. So I would say my family's kind of big, even though my direct family is just mom, dad, and me, my bro.
Mm-hmm. My family is huge. There's so many people.
It's fucking huge.
It's fucking
It's
huge.
huge. Oh, yeah.
It's so big.
Oh, yeah. It makes me
It's so big.
gets me excited.
What'd you say?
In keeping with what we're
Yeah, my family is humongous. Like we for the longest time we would host these New Year's parties, and we would rent out like huge ass halls, and they would be like overflowing. We went to Jamaica recently, and it was like 20 plus of us, and
Wow.
but yeah, our family is
But
very,
like
very
in
big.
your like mom, dad, like what do they call that?
No, mom, dad.
Mom, dad,
My
like whatever.
No. I was raised by my grandmother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm just fucking with you. So yeah, my immediate family consists of my immediate family consists of my 3 aunts, my uncle, my dad, my grandmother, all my cousins, of which there are many. What happened?
Great.
Oh, I'm not close. I'm pulling a Kim.
Oh,
no, it's okay. It's good. You were excited. You were passionate.
Yeah, I love my family, and it's a very big family. That's all.
great. Thank you.
I have a big family. Well, I have my mother and father, my 4 sisters. My older sister passed away, and so my mom. And I'm the only boy, but I have a large extended family. And then something that's quite common. I know in families of people of color, we have a lot of family.
Oh,
who's
like play cousins?
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
family
yeah.
who's not biological, but who's definitely family.
Yeah.
So then when I came out and I found myself, it was such a normal thing to kind of connect, because I have people like when I first moved here who were my friends who once you've been friends with people a long enough time, they kind of elevate and move to a different status. So I think I have this amazingly large family of that I was born into, and then family that I get to choose.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well,
I already talked about my family. Did you
okay.
forget already?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, okay, that's funny. So today, stop it. So today, I was on a business call. I was on a work call, right? And there was like we had this like extra meeting that I was facilitating, and the point is that I totally forgot that there were these 3 people there, and like in front of like the entire staff, I was like, yeah, it was me, and blah blah blah. And then my big boss looked at me and goes, Anthony, there were more people there. And I was like, no, there wasn't. And the other people were like, we were there. So it was just really embarrassing. I have such a weird memory. Sorry, that was not a very good story.
Family. Is it?
No, I think they're just saying family.
Friends and family, like family, right?
Wait, I don't.
Is that like a friends that are family?
Yes.
Oh, family.
Family.
That's really cute. Who said that?
Is it
Anka?
Anka?
You say Anka?
Sorry, I feel like we're butchering in the name.
Yeah, we are. Okay, sorry. We should probably keep going.
All right. So then, like the next question.
Yes.
All right. So, what genres of music do you like best? What did you like as a kid? What do you like now?
As a kid, I really liked R&B and alternative, and then and I like some rap, and then now I like a lot of like reggaeton, like bachata.
It sounds like Telemundo. I love that.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah. I think reggaeton and bachata are my favorite, and then of course I love EDM.
Right. How about you?
I like a little bit of everything. Like growing up, kind of like you, R&B and because of family R&B, alternative in high school. I listened to country music for a while, and I do like country music.
That was my first love.
There's some songs, some groups, heavy metal, definitely like rock and roll and like older classics. I love Broadway. But you know what really kind of touches my soul? Oh, let me say disco, but house music.
Okay.
Because it got me through like a really dark time. It got me through one of
house
the darkest
music.
times. House music. There was something. There's this song called "I Take My Problems to the Dance Floor," and there was something just so magical about like the music. It made me feel good and alive, and it really kept me for a long time.
I've been finding myself listening to like 1999, 2000, like club music, like techno music that I used to totally. Yeah, and like Alice DJ and like Heaven, DJ Sammy, Venga Boys, Aqua, you know, all that. Like that was like some amazing time. There was a lot of drugs involved.
Be my lover, wanna be my lover.
Totally that.
Go ahead.
And now I listen more to like listening more to like actually like Dear Evan Hansen on repeat and Encanto and
every morning every morning Encanto.
No, I don't know why I'm laughing.
I don't know either.
I think it was the Encanto. Oh, you know what I wanted to say is I love, that's like my secret thing is like I love country music and bluegrass, and I recently found. Yeah, it's a guilty pleasure. Like recently, I found the song "Truth About You" by Michael Tenpenny. It's really good.
I don't know
it's
that
country. And then my other second favorite country song right now is "One Call Away." They're both about breakups.
Yeah, I'm a closet. I like Taylor Swift.
Oh, my ex loves Taylor Swift.
I don't not like Taylor Smith, but I just
Taylor Smith.
Taylor Smith.
Taylor Smith.
I was Taylor.
She getting married.
What was her name? Taylor. I was calling
Taylor Smith.
Swift. Taylor Spears or Britney. No, people was like it's just
Tricky Dick.
Taylor Grande.
Taylor Grande. Oh, I like Ariana Grande.
Do you?
I you know what?
Demi Lovato.
I like them. No, but I like Ariana Grande. I love that little. I love her.
I love her ex.
Who's her ex?
Pete Davidson, who's now dating Kim.
I'm gonna skip down on the list a little bit.
Okay. No, that's good.
Question. Who is or was your celebrity crush?
Ooh. So I'm gonna answer this. Okay, so before like I'll talk about my male celebrity crush. Okay, even before like I figured out that I was gay. Dave Navarro from James Addiction or from the. There was something about like he was in this video with the Red when he was in the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Right.
Chili Poppers.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers. And there was something. Number one, he's just so sexy. But when he and Anthony Kiedis made out at the end of that video, and I was just like, that is so hot. Yeah. And me and myself, like I'm thinking, because it was only so long that I could like. I would always deny that I was sexually attracted. I figured I would always say that I am attracted to their qualities. I want them for myself, which is nonsense. I basically want.
Right.
Yeah, but Dave Navarro, and I actually still love him.
Yeah.
My first celebrity crush was Gwen Stefani. Back in the No Doubt days.
I love that vibe. Yeah.
Like, she was my first crush. And then I really had a thing for Ewan McGregor. No, the guy Hayden Christensen was like super cute.
Anakin Skywalker.
And then Colin Farrell. But Hayden Christensen was cuter in that movie. It was like Life as a House. Did you see that where he played this like angsty punk kid who's like, what's that when you jerk off and like choke yourself? What's that called?
Auto asphyxiation.
Yeah, he was into that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So, but he was hot in that one.
What about you?
How about you?
I have a few. I'm like one I don't want to share because I'm like, am I gonna get jumped? I really Tekashi 6ix9ine, I think is super sexy. And I really like Pete Davidson. I think he's super sexy.
I was wondering what is all about him because he's like bouncing around.
Is it Tekashi 6ix9ine? Right? Is that why like you thought you were gonna get jumped?
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, like because that's, I don't know.
Is it because he's such a bad boy?
No, it's because of like
The tattoos on his face?
no. Oh, you mean why am I into him?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think he's just really attractive. He's a super smart guy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think he was a
Not
smart guy,
acting
but
smart.
he's
No, I'm kidding.
No, he's
I'm judging you. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Go ahead.
No, it's he's brilliant. Like he's a really brilliant thinker. He's a really good businessman. He's excellent at marketing. I really like Drake, Pete Davidson, and then there's this one country singer. I always forget his name. I'll get back to you. Wait, did we do all the peoples?
Is he the?
I'll find his name.
We did. I think we did all our crushes, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna find the guy's name.
Then I'll ask a question while we're at it. So what is your biggest pet peeve?
Shit, people who are bad at their jobs. I saw.
Leave it to Virgo to like jump right in like that.
Uh-huh.
People who are bad at their Kane Brown. Do you guys know Kane Brown?
No,
That's who I thought you were thinking of.
Fucking, he's so cute.
not
He
sure.
looks like, yeah. He doesn't look like a country singer.
Kane Brown.
Wasn't he like on one of those like
hello?
didn't he make it big off of like YouTube or American
I don't know. I
Idol
don't
or
listen to his
something
music.
like that?
I just know of it.
Yeah.
Why would I listen to his music?
Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about?
We were talking about pet peeves.
Pet peeves. Yeah. People who are not good at their jobs. Yeah. How about you?
Well, I'll just say it's like what drives me crazy is like, okay, so when you meet somebody and they give you too much too soon. I'm sorry. It's like don't be
Just the tip.
Don't be no. I'm talking about like meeting somebody and they unloading you. It's like emotional kind of like it's basically like kind of like they're when they take you hostage and whatever. I have a hard time trusting you after that. It's like we could have had something special, but you gave me too soon. Because I'm just gonna say it's like the experiences that I've had in my life are what make me who I am. And not everybody is worthy or able to kind of appreciate what you have. And it shows me if you're giving it too soon, you don't value it. And so it's like I don't get down.
There's a theory in psych about that, and generally it's that it's a boundary issue, right? And so this is likely when people do that, they're likely a person who's had people transgress their boundaries all the time.
I feel
so
attacked.
they have their boundaries transgressed. Yeah, so they because they've been transgressed so many times. So then, so they feel like in order for me to get you to love me, I have to give you all of me. So it's, yeah.
Yes. Pet peeve is hard for me. The thing that came to my mind, not as a pet peeve, but like stepping in water with socks on. Isn't it the worst? I don't think that's a pet peeve, but that's like just gross.
It's
I don't know.
annoying.
It just
It's
what came
annoying.
to mind.
I also don't like
it's annoying. So that makes it a pet peeve, right? I mean, not really.
Yeah, no, I don't know. The other thing I don't like is people who are not on time for important things.
Well,
For important things.
Says the person who's never on time.
I'm always on time for important things.
Oh, so our photo shoot was not an important thing?
Oh, no, that's because I was late to our photo shoot, but listen, I saw the wrong address. I would have been there on time had I put the right address into the the app.
You're not a Virgo like I am because I do a dry.
Listen,
it
was really late.
I do a dry run.
You all know my bedtime
It was
is
7 o'clock.
7:30. My bedtime
okay.
is 7:30, so I do stop operating at that time.
Right. So, what
feel
is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear?
Being late?
Oh,
Being on time?
being attacked by a co-host. My biggest fear. What is my biggest? I don't want to go first. You go
Glad
first.
I can help you with your fear.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it used to be being alone. It used to be it used to
Like
be being alone.
irrational fear.
But irrational fear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Like a fear that doesn't make sense.
I got one.
I don't. Okay, so like, I don't know. I don't think I can answer that question because that that acronym false evidence appearing real.
Right.
Like I don't hold on to those things too long. I don't know that I live in fear as much, and that's the gift of recovery.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm not saying I don't fear things, but it's like as far as an irrational fear,
Right.
like I don't stay in that kind of place long enough to get stuck there, because fear can be paralyzing. I don't know. So I don't want people to think that I don't fear anything because I'm not fearless.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't get stuck there.
Right.
I have an irrational fear of serial killers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's so dumb, but it's probably because I watch a lot of true crime.
I have an intrigue with serial killers.
Oh, me
totally.
too. Psychopath.
Yeah.
And for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of like what I study. You know what I mean?
Maybe
And
we should do an episode on serial killers.
oh, would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think a lot of it has to do with my obsession with true crime and the nature of my work, etc.
Yeah. So our next question is, who's your favorite? No, I'm just joking.
And what about you?
For me, with the question around irrational fear, so I've always had a fear of getting stuck in Mexico. I know it's irrational, but like I've always felt like once I got in Mexico, I was never going to get back because I don't know, like it doesn't make sense. Like because I'm Mexican, like my last name is Quintana, and I don't know what it is, but I'm always afraid that I had this weird fear that like I would get over there and then I couldn't get back.
I think I've figured out. I have a weird fear of an irrational fear of being on a podcast with people with irrational fears.
No, like I had a boss who, the other thing is I have this really crazy, unreasonable fear of like flying, but it's not the flying, it's going through the security. Oh. And one time I had a boss who he made me like put his guacamole in my bag and go through security. And I didn't know if that was going to be okay or not. And so like I was freaked out. Like it's irrational. It's not supposed to make sense. So please don't judge me too hard.
Guacamole. What was wrong with his bag?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He had his own stuff.
Oh, Mike Fierce Clown.
My Fierce Clowns for real. Exactly. So it's like
Speaking of clowns.
Speaking of clowns, yeah. No.
Do you want to give people your contact?
Yes, exactly. You know what? Speaking of clowns, you can reach me at LouisLou86. And if you look at now, it's like I've got some new pictures from my trip to New York.
Hey.
I still am not on social media, but I am thinking about creating accounts specifically for the podcast.
Yes.
So more to come.
Overthinking on it.
Oh, yes.
No. Okay. You can find me at A Queer Chaplain on all of the socials. I'm super excited about putting on a spiritual drag con. So if that piques your curiosity, hit me up.
Nice.
I'm really curious about that.
Yeah, and so it's like we want to remind you that the Castro Country Club is a clean and sober gathering place for all people who are in a home for the queer recovery. We're located in the heart of the Castro district of San Francisco, and we endeavor to be a space where all can seek wisdom, serenity, courage, and joy.
I don't think this was much of a problem for us today, but just a disclaimer, we are not official representatives of recovery. Any program or anything like that. I don't know how much of that we talked about today. But
yeah,
not at all.
The only opinions I have are my own.
Yes, exactly.
And I don't share. Yeah, and although I'm a clinician, nothing I say is like medical advice. Don't seek your therapy in this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not. Anyway, let's keep going.
Yes. So we would love to hear from you, though. You can leave us a voice message or ask us a question on our SpeakPipe. That's a link that you can click on, and you can, like I said, leave us a voice.
It's just like voicemail. Yeah, it's perfect.
Totally.
It's so easy.
And then we can play it on the air.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We really want to hear from you.
Exactly.
We've only got that one time.
Yeah.
Like if you really loved us, you would do that.
That's right.
And you can email us at podcast@castrocountryclub.org. That's if you just don't want us to hear your voice, but we want to hear your lovely voice. That's what I say to my sponsors all the time. Call me because I want to hear your lovely voice.
My mom says that. That's really triggering.
Yeah.
We really want to hear from you. You have topics you want us to cover. You have questions for us. You hate us. Call us. Tell us how much you don't like us.
I know, because that helps us as well.
And we get together every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can watch us live on Facebook and YouTube. And next week, we are talking about coming out or inviting in.
Inviting in. The difference. Yes, exactly.
Coming out.
So join us as we disclose.
And find us on all of your favorite podcast sources. I like to listen to on Apple. Spotify.
Talking is so hard for you today.
For you too.
I know. It's like I'm
all right,
because we're sitting so close.
See ya.
Bye.